Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Right, Evercade time again. So I said in my previous Evercade video for the VS that after watching a couple of streams, I'd heard the guys at Blaze talk about bringing out arcade games. And that was the thing that really caught my attention. I like what they've done so far from what I've seen. All the collections look interesting. There's a lot of really good collections I'd like to own. But realistically, the arcade is really the thing that gets my attention the most. And this trailer was excellent, I thought. So I'm just going to run the trailer right now and you can have a look at that as it's zipping by because it's pretty quick. And then I'm just going to tell you what the games are as well and my thoughts. But yeah, 4 great collections they've announced. First one they've announced is the Technos, not too sure, I'll go Technos, that's probably the way I'd say it. Technos collection, and their games they've got, I've got a list here so I'm going to have to just look down, I do apologise. They've got Combo Tribes, which I've never been a big fan of. I've only played it on MAME, I've never played it on the actual arcade. It's an alright scrolling beat 'em up. It was never one that really caught my attention, but graphically looked really nice. But I'll definitely play it because it's a scrolling beat 'em up. We've got Blockout, which is some kind of 3D Tetris game. It looks okay, I'm not that interested in that one. We have Battle Lane Volume 5, which I've never heard of, but it's some kind of vertical scrolling spy hunter type game where you're on a bike and you're shooting stuff and there's people in little trucks. That looks really fun. I really want to play that quite a lot. I think that would work really well, not only on the console, but really good on the handheld as well. I just feel like it's that kind of game. And then they have Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, which is a great game. And my favourite Double Dragon in the arcade, Double Dragon 3 The Rosetta Stone, which I'm really chuffed about that. I like the thinner sprites, and I know it was, from what I can remember, it's a bit of a tough game, but I really enjoyed that one. They have Mania Challenge, which is a wrestling game, which looks okay. It's like an NES game to be fair, but it looks alright. Minky Monkey, which I really have no idea what the hell's going on. And Mysterious Stones, Dr. Jones' Adventure, which again looks interesting, I suppose. But really, out of the Technos, I'm gonna keep saying Technos. Out of the Technos, I don't know. Out of the Technos, sounds like tetanus, doesn't it? Anyway, out of the Technos collection, the ones that really stand out for me are probably going to have to be Battle Lane Volume 5, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, and probably Mania Challenge. I mean, it looks a bit simple, as I say, it's like an NES game, but I like wrestling games, so I think I'll have some fun with that. Blockout, I probably wouldn't play. I'll probably play it once and think, not for me. Although it is Tetris and it's just that 3D thing, I don't know, it doesn't look as good. The Minky Monkey, maybe that might get addictive. I'll give it a try, I'm not sure. But Mysterious Stones, I'm not fussed about. Combo Tribes, I'll give it a blast, but I'm not that fussed. But as I say, Battle Lane Volume 5, Double Dragon 2 and 3, Mania Challenge are probably the best ones for me on that collection. Second collection they announced was Data East, which is a great collection because the first game up was Dragon Ninja, Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja, one of the games I absolutely loved in the arcades. Great game. It's had some pretty reasonable home ports as well, from what I can remember. But yeah, I'm pretty certain it was all right on the 64, anyway on the C64. I might be wrong actually, it might be bad memory, but I'm sure it was a reasonable port at the time. But the arcade's great, so that's definitely one I'm looking forward to. They have a game called Breakthrough, which I've never heard of, which looks like it's sort of an isometric angle. It's not entirely side-scrolling, and it's looks like a little DeLorean just racing up the screen, blasting stuff. Definitely my kind of game. Burger Time, which I'm really interested in. I've never played Burger Time, don't know anything about it. I did watch OEB Pete play on the old Data East cartridge they put out on the Evercade, which was the NES version. I watched him play that the other night. Looks alright actually, looks pretty fun game. I can definitely see where the addictive nature is going to come from that. And having the arcade version, I'm assuming it's going to be the best one, so that's brilliant. Chain Reaction, I can't even remember what the hell that Chain Reaction was now. That really made an impact. Dark Seal, not entirely sure that's supposed to be a beat 'em up or not. It looks okay. Darwin 4078 is a vertical shooter. I'll definitely play that. That looks like a lot of fun. Lock and Chase, I don't know anything about. It looks very Pac-Man style. That's actually coming to the Amico and we're getting an updated version in the future, which would be cool. So I'd be interested to play that and get some practice in. The one that really stood out, of course, is Sly Spy, which I absolutely loved. I've only ever played that on MAME, but man, that game is so much fun. So I'm really glad they're putting that on there. We have a game called Tumble Pop, which I've never heard of. It reminded me of Rodland from the little bit that they showed in the trailer. So that could be really cool. And a game called Wizard Fire, which again, I'm not really that interested in. So with the Data East collection, for me, I'll be playing Dragon Ninja, Breakthrough, Burger Time, Diamond 4078, Lock and Chase, Sly Spy and Tumble Pop. So I'm definitely going to get my money's worth out of that one. Next is the collection that I had no clue about. It's from a company called Gallico. Apparently, I was talking to OEB Pete, and apparently it's a Spanish company. Never heard of them. So they've got a really interesting selection of games here because all of them look like games I'd want to play. And the first one, gotta hydrate, is Alligator Hunt, which is, it's basically, it looks like Cabal to me. You know, you get like, there's a lot of games like a Dynamite Duke, Dick Tracy and a few others, where you got the character at the forefront, of the foreground of the screen, and you're shooting at the background of the screen, that kind of thing. And this one's got a kid on a skateboard shooting stuff. Bizarre, but I like the look of it, and the graphics are really colourful. These games look very Neo Geo to me as well. Biomechanical toy, which is, it took me a few watches before I realised what the hell was going on. There's a bloke down the bottom shooting stuff. That looks pretty fun. Glass, which I'm not too sure. I think it's a shooter. It's hard to tell. It looks interesting. Snowboard Championship looks really cool, but the angle's really weird. It's going from right to left, and it's like a bit offset, and I'm not sure. We'll see how it plays when I play the game, but it looks cool. Thunder Hoop looked pretty good. And World Rally, which caught my attention because I loved those games when I was a kid in the arcades. If ever I saw an arcade cabinet with a steering wheel, I was there. You know, you get like the 4-player ones with the top-down games. I absolutely adored those. And that World Rally game looks fantastic. Sort of isometric again as well. So I'll definitely be giving that a blast. So I think the Arcade Collections is a really cool one because they're all games I've never played from a company I've never heard of. So it'll be completely fresh and new. And the last one they've announced was the Atari Collection, which is great because I don't need to buy the other Atari collections. They've got 1 and 2 because I'm not going full set Evercade and all that. I'm just going to buy the cartridges I like, as much as it's tempting because they're all numbered and all that. And to be fair, I'll be more tempted to just go full set arcade really, but there's a few of the older ones that I like, such as the Indie Heroes one and a couple of others as well. But anyway, and of course Xenocrisis. Anyway, they've got an Atari Arcade Collection. Now some of these I know, a lot of them I don't know, some of them I've heard of but I've never played. So we've got Asteroids Deluxe, which is obviously a classic. Canyon Bomber, don't know it. Centipede, I've heard of it, never played it. Crystal Castles, I've heard of it, never played it. Liberator, no idea. Lunar Lander, I've heard of it, never played it. Millipede, another one that I've heard of but never played. Missile Command is one of my favourite Atari games. I'm very much looking forward to playing the arcade version of that. That's coming out on Amico as well, and it looks absolutely stunning on Amico. The new version they've put together is incredible. Up to 8 players as well, mental. Night Driver, looks a bit crap. Pong, it's Pong. It's really funny when people say that Pong's like really outdated and basic, because it's one of those games that as soon as you start playing it, an hour later you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm still playing Pong. So that's another one that's getting updated on the Amico and it's got loads of new features and beautiful graphics. I can't wait to try that. Skydiver, no idea. And we've got Super Breakout, which is fantastic because I love block breaking games like Breakout, Arkanoid, that kind of thing. There's a new one coming to Amico where it's on horizontal, which is a bit of an odd angle. But this one, the arcade version of Super Breakout, looks great. And I know for a fact I'll be playing that forever. And that's the kind of game that would really make me want to get the Evercade handheld as well as the console, because I can imagine just chilling before I go to bed, you know, before I go to sleep, should I say, just lying in bed playing a bit of Breakout, because that would definitely happen. And then there's a game called Warlords, which I don't understand. It looks like there's 4 players on each corner and you've got to break away your defences, I think, the opponent's defences. Another one that's also coming to Amico as well, so there's some great Atari stuff coming to Amico. But yeah, I think, you know, Technos, Data East, I've done it again, Technos, who knows? Technos, Data East, Galaco and Atari. I think it's a really interesting choice for the first 4 cartridges. I'll buy all 4 of them because they've all got games I want to play and they're really cool. And it's just great to have all these arcade games available legally, and you know, and have them on cartridge as well to put on the shelf. And those boxes, the purple boxes, perfection, absolutely brilliant, love it. I even love the purple label on the cartridge. I just think that's a really great colour scheme to go with. So I'm really interested to know what's going to come next. So let me know in the comments, guys. Have you seen the trailer? Obviously, you've just seen it flick by. What did you think? Are you interested? If you've got an Evercade, are you absolutely pumped for these arcade games? If you've not got an Evercade like me, is it enough to get you to buy the handheld or even the VS or both? That's another thing. And also, what arcade games would you love to come to the Evercade? Me personally, Operation Wolf, Final Fight, Commando, POW. But number 1, if we get Pit Fighter, I don't care what anyone thinks. If we get Pit Fighter, I'd be over the moon. I don't know who owns that. Apparently, I looked it up last night and Atari made it. I don't know if they still own the license or somebody else owns the license or what the deal is. But my God, if we got Pit Fighter, that would be incredible. And I think there was a Pit Fighter 2 they were making. I don't know if it got completed. Wouldn't it be cool if it was completed, they could get the ROM, or if it wasn't completed, someone could finish it, because that'd be sweet. But yeah, I absolutely love Pit Fighter, so The arcade ROM is so good. But anyway guys, let me know down below, what kind of arcade games are you looking to get on the Evercade? What would you like to see in the future? Thanks for watching guys, much appreciated as always, and I'll see you in the next video.